Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T95. It's the Tier 9 American tank destroyer. It's located on the south border of Ruinberg encounter, and it's under the command of Offrezwolf of GTANK. But we can't see any equipment other than the modified layout. Game on! Okay, well, he's armed with the 155mm main gun, capable of 750 alpha, 276mm of pen with standard AP. With the APCR, it goes up to 320mm. He's in a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it, so he's middle tier, but he should have a lot of fun. Okay, well, this tank originally was known as Heavy Tank T28 in 1944. It was designed and built to knock down the defensive walls on the Siegfried line and on the way into Germany. But of course, it wasn't needed in the end because, of course, they managed to get past those walls without having to bulldoze them over with a heavy tank like this. It was called the T28, and then it was called the Super Heavy Tank T28 in 1945. And after that, it was called the T95. So it actually had a variety of names during its time. The extra set of tracks is what delineates this one from others. Oh, he blocked that Death Star from pulling back now, but he's going to turn and put around into this guy and takes him out the game with one shot. Blocked the shot that came from the guy. Well, we've got a large number of enemy tanks up here. The Carnarvon might be in trouble, but we'll get rid of him out the way first because we're using the rubble to our advantage. The Carnarvon Action 10 isn't going to play ball. He's not going to present himself. We can always go after him. Well, okay, he keeps pulling back. That's working to our favour. Although I should say the Death Star has actually pulled all the way back to the corner. And that may be because he doesn't want to help Offrezwolf because he blocked him when he was losing hit points. Well, that one went right through the turret and it got a low roll for 737. And the next tank who poked out got killed by the Death Star. That was the IS-3A. It does take a long time to reload. 17.55 seconds by the book. And Offrezwolf, well, his reload time is 17.06. He's got a number of targets up ahead of him. And you can see he's blocking a lot of damage, but the Carnarvon actually manages to get one through. And the reason he does is because he goes for the weak spots. There are weak spots which you can use. And of course they do involve the cupola. Yeah, he's waiting for that Carnarvon to poke back out again. There's Carnarvon. Yeah, it pulls back. The moment that gun lines up with him, he pulls back. He knows what this vehicle can do to him. And obviously, oh! Well, we know where the enemy Arty is. Now he's in that little alcove and he just tried to nail us, but all he managed to get was 130 hit points. Now we could cross over to the other side of the road. For a moment there, we got another problem. The Carnarvon hit us again, but look at this guy rushing. And that's 812 off the E50, and that's a high roll. But we've been tracked again, and this IS-3A is moving up to try and get a lot of damage. I think he's left it a bit too late. So long as the Death Star can help us. Oh, the Death Star's dead. So there we go. And we get another penetrating shot in the IS-3A, and he's having to go into that cap. We're blocking shots from the enemy. The IS-3A is now one shot. Who do we go for first? Okay, that guy. Nice shot. And he got a fire. But he takes a hit from that ISU-152. And it does pen. He's raising his gun to make it difficult for them to get a shot. And there's the Carnarvon. And he's gone. So he finally got that guy. We're well up on the enemy now. There's only 6 of them left, and he seems to be engaging all of them. The IS-3A just went down. He's out the game. The ISU just gone. There's only 4 enemies remaining now. A 705A over the road, and we can deal with him. He's not a one-shot, though. Goes in for the lower plate, doesn't get it. Use the wreck. He blocks the shot by turning his angling his armor. It worked. Now he's just got to let the ELC get behind him and annoy that 705. In the meantime, we're going to put a round in. Oh, and they block us. Well, we do manage to get a round in for 775, but our teammates are being pests. And, well, there's only 2 enemies left now. And there's the 705 gone. So it's just the turtle. He's all that remains, and everybody's scrambling to try and get him. Put a round in. No, that one didn't go through. Hit a heavy spot on the armor, and the turtle's gone, and that is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first ace tank of Offrezwolf of GTANK in the T95, the Doom Turtle. He managed to get a fire throw effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 5 exactly. And he got a hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks, as well as a Spartan medal for blocking a ricocheting a non-penetrating shot when he had less than 10% of his hit points left. And on top of that, the Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game, at least 11 hits, and surviving the battle. His win rate was 5,727, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go. Top of the table, 4,735 hit points of damage done during that game. When it came to the second highest, that turned out to be the Barask, who managed 3,361. He picked up a Leather Slaves medal. Third place was the Concept 1B on the enemy team with 3,199. When it came to kills, the Barask managed to get 3 kills. The Turtle managed to get 3 kills. But in second place, Offrezwolf got 2. So did the Scorpion, the Centurion 1. Centurion 7-1, I should say. And on the enemy team, their Concept 1B got 2 kills as well. When it came to base XP, we can see that tops is Offrezwolf. 1,316 went to him. 1,275 went to the Barask. They were the only 2 who managed to make it over 1,000 base, with the Scorpion getting 905 behind him. He fired 10 rounds in the game. He got 10 direct hits and 7 penetrations. So every round hit the target, but only 7 actually penetrated because some of the enemy tanks blocked the armor using their armor. Blocked the shell using their armor. 4,735 hit points of damage, all of it done at close range. He received 30 hits from the enemy, only 5 of which actually penetrated. And it seems that Centurion Action 10 got at least 2 penetrations, I think maybe more. 24 non-penetrations and 1 hit by way of splash damage. So he blocked 7,160 hit points of damage during that game. 3 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and he got 637 hit points of blocking or damage assistance. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 62,890 credits, mostly because he used standard ammo, and 15,792 experience points in that one, getting a mission completion bonus of 11,844. That's a biggie. So a first ace tanker. Congratulations to Offrezwolf. A pretty incredible battle, actually. He was virtually in constant action. The moment he turned into that ring road and started advancing towards the enemy, there was shells coming in from every direction. I think they all wanted him dead, but on the enemy team, that is. But he was very careful, and it worked out in his favor in the end. So very well done indeed. A difficult job when you're facing that many tanks firing at you at the same time. But this is not a single replay game. This is a double replay game. So we've got another replay featuring Offrezwolf in the T95. And the second replay is on Fisherman's Bay, North Spawn. And we can see that Offrezwolf has actually got the modified protection system, the turbo, and also the modified vehicle configuration as well. Is that, I think that is what that one is. I'll have to look them up later. Okay, well, it looks like he's going to head to town, which is probably the right thing for him to do. And in this game, he's actually platooned with the Object 752. And that's showing as Akunala. And he's in the GTANK clan, the same as Offrezwolf. So they're both clanmates. Now, the Doom Turtle was actually terminated. The project was terminated in 1947. And, of course, this vehicle then became the hide-and-seek champion of the world because, of course, they lost track of where it actually was. And it was actually in Fort Belvoir, and it was found in a bush. It was well hidden in Fort Belvoir in Virginia. And so, yes, it claims the record for being the most lost piece of metal that was actually manufactured and then tested. Well, this is where life gets fun. The conceiver pulled back straight away. He's not going to want to poke his nose around, not with a 155mm round coming back at him. If he does stick his head round now, he knows he's going to suffer a loss of a lot of hit points. And he's just tested the water there, so he now knows what he's up against. He's tempting him to fire, but of course he would hit the tracks if that was the case, and that wouldn't do us any good. Okay, so we're going to push forward. Akunala's in position, so he can take shots at anyone who tries to poke out from the other corner. And oh, that guy's retreating. So the conceivers stayed behind, but the AMX M449 Liberté pulled back. Yeah, you can see he's just poking out. He's tempting. No point firing to try and hit the gun. Yes, it would be a critical hit, but it wouldn't do any good whatsoever. We might as well push ahead and let our guys support us as we do. The M449 is actually just outside town. There he is. Hello. And yes, he did angle wrong there, and he took a low roll for 684, but he just exposed his side, and now he's down to a one shot. Well, he does manage to get some hit points back. This is where life gets interesting. Are you going to stick yourself out again? And yes, he does. He just stuck his rear out, and we're angling. The conceiver can't do much, and Akunala is actually getting shots into that conceiver, and he just hit us in the tracks. Okay, so we've got a different... there's the concealer. The Type 57. Now, hold on this corner, and thank you very much. Okay, he's trying to offer us something which is difficult to pen. And we'll take that. And that's a pen for 747, a low roll. And he's angling. Almost loaded. And he's blocking the Type 57 from shooting at our teammates. That's a kill. That's his second kill of the game. Now it's the Type 57's time, and he's pinning him to the wall, so he can't do anything. The T10's sitting there, and we'll just punch a hole through that as soon as we're loaded. And there you go, he's out the game as well. 3 kills. The power of this beast, it really is. There is still one alive. It's at Fort Moore, which used to be, as you know, well, used to go by a different name. Fort Benning. It's been changed. Of course, we all know Colonel Hal Moore. He became a general in the end, actually. We all know him from We Were Soldiers, the film about the I Ching Valley and the battle that took place there. Absolutely brilliant film, well worth watching. Oh, I think he left that one a little too late. That Kampfpanzer EK1 is going to try that again. We might still be able to get a shot at some of these guys, but they're over a ridgeline, so difficult. I think it'd be better for us to head towards the Kampfpanzer EK1, who's over that direction. Now he shot that one down the line of the fire that came at him. Yep, still bouncing them. And potentially now he has a steel wall because he's received at least 11 hits. Fires another one down the line. This tank carries 30 rounds of ammunition in total, so he's still got plenty. he's along there. I think you're aiming a little low there. I think he's a bit higher. Well, the Batchat 25T AP is gone. This is a tier 9 game with tier 8 tanks, so he's top tier. And yeah, he's still bouncing them. There's the Kampfpanzer. He's just been spotted over the ridgeline. We can't do anything from here, but we might be able to do something on the E50. Get a bit closer. We're almost at the ridgeline. Kampfpanzer EK1 just took a big hit. That's probably come from the T10. There he is. He's hiding behind the rocks. He knows he's in trouble. Get the Kampfpanzer. Yep, there you go. That's his 4th kill. We should be able to get the E50 soon. Getting closer. Yep, we got him. Just need the shell. It won't kill him. It will just badly damage him. Okay, so that would have hit target. Yes, he's lost half his hit points. So the next shell is a chance he might get a kill, or he might make him a one-shot. He makes him a one-shot. Oh, there's the Arty. Well, I'd take the E50 rather than the Arty. It looks like the Arty's going to go down to somebody else. Oh, but he's still perky. And he's out the game. Only 120 hit points. Nope, those guys are behind cover. Take the E50 out the game, if you can. There goes the 704. It was just a little too close, and that's 5 kills now. One more to get the shotgun. He could do it. Okay, the ELC's popped up. No. Well, he's certainly getting having a lot of fun, because the Arty's actually shooting in on those tanks. We're going to have to... Oh, here comes the ELC. Can you get him? Just missed him. But he gets wiped out by the E77. The Borsig is now one shot. Badly wounded. He's the last enemy alive. I hope they let us get him. Oh, just missed out on getting a Top Gun. But what a great game that was. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was another ace tanker for Offrezwolf of GTANK in the T95. He got a fire for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually ended up with 5, 1/3 of the enemy team, and just one tank short of a Top Gun. Shellproof for blocking more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. Spotter for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. And also a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 5 exactly. Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy vehicles. And on top of all that, he got the Steel Wall for blocking the most damage in the game. At least 11 hits, over 1,000 hit points, and still being alive at the end of the game. Let's have a look at his team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game because the E77 picked up the high caliber for 5,944 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to Offrezwolf with 4,499. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the Conqueror on the enemy team, who managed 3,892 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was definitely Offrezwolf who got that. 5 kills to him. 4 kills to the E77, and 2 kills went to the E50 on our team, and the M40, M43 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, he got that one too. So he got 2 out of 3 on this one. 1,398 base experience points, 1,316 went to the E77, and 1,167 went to the RU251 in 3rd place. And those are the only 3 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base. The RU251 got a Confederate. And the ELC M90 on the enemy team, well, he got a patrol duty out of that game, but didn't get any kills and just an average amount of hit points. So let's have a look at the detail. Well, he fired 14 rounds in that game, got 9 direct hits and 9 penetrations. I think it was those blind shots he did down the line of fire. Don't think they were on target. But anyway, he got 4,499 hit points of damage, of which 892 were at more than 300 meters. 16 hits received from the enemy, and only 3 of those actually penetrated. 13 non-penetrations and 1 hit by way of splash. 4,150 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 2,249 hit points of spotting assist in that game. So that's a really good game spotting wise, because basically it's well, it's about 7.5k. Is it 7.5k? It's closer to, it's about 6.5k of overall damage. So anyway, he earned 109,415 credits profit from that game, including 40,000 for a mission completion event, 25 bonds for another mission completion, and 5,242 experience points for that one as well. What a really good game, actually. After he won that, his first ace tanker, and now he's rubbing them out as well on a regular basis. I should actually mention his platoon mate as well, because obviously he was in that game. He didn't survive the game. We missed the point where he actually died. He did get 823 hit points of damage, but he didn't get any kills. Akanala, rather, his name. But anyway, it's always nice to mention your platoon mate if they're in a battle with you, especially if you do so well in this game. So well done to Offrezwolf in getting 2 really good games where he actually scores highly, and shows that this beast, the Doom Turtle, is basically a shell magnet. It just attracts the shells from all directions, but they don't necessarily penetrate. And you can angle to get rid of that shell or get rid of the damage that's coming in your direction. Hope you enjoyed both of those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.